Well, ain't this about a fine how do you do? I swear I checked the delivery date yesterday and it said it was still in Texas. But everything's bigger in Texas, so I don't know. I enjoys myself a periodic table. Yes, I do. I've been trying to understand it. I've tried to really, truly understand it during the pandemic when they showed us what COVID looked like and what a virus was, and the virus really ain't alive. I called the damn CDC and I said, well, give it apoptosis. I did light research on Google. It just knew that I had some answers. Now, I don't know if I got the right answers, but give the virus apoptosis is programmed cellular death. I said, give the virus apoptosis. I linked it to just bloodshed, war, and like what we might be dealing with worldwide. Like, I always thought that, Christianity versus, other pagan religions or ethno religions were spells and this, that, and the third. And I was like, shoot, all these murders that go on and all this killing that go on, who's to say we ain't goddamn putting spells together whether or not we know it, And, that's always been something that's in my mind. So, anyway, I got me a little, the Merrick Index, 12th edition. What is the Merrick Index? 12th edition. An encyclopedia of chemicals, drugs, and biologicals. It's the 12th edition. We're going to go over here. Did they do it? No, it's on the next page because I kind of already looked. I said, let me go and get it on. Let me get it on camera. Okay. Other Merrick professional handbooks: the Merrick Manual of Diagnosis and Therapy, first edition in 1899, the Merrick Veterinary Manual, and the Merrick Manual of Geriatrics. That's probably some good stuff to have. Yeah, I'm not buying no more books until I go back to work. I'm not doing nothing else until I go back to work. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Merck & Co. I keep on saying Merrick, but it's Merck & Co. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's what it looked like. White House Station, New Jersey, first edition, 1889, 1896, 1907. You see the numbers, and this is the 12th edition that it comes to us from the year of our Lord, 1996. So I said that ain't bad to have, a little introduction to it. But this edition right here, this edition contains a diverse collection of over 10,000 monographs, of which more than 4,000 are devoted to a wide variety of drugs and pharmaceuticals. Over 2,000 describe common organic chemicals. That's where I'm going to be at, gardening, organic chemicals, all right, and laboratory reagents, and another 2,000 cover naturally occurring substances and plants. That's really going to be my spot right there. That's what I'm trying to get into. An additional almost 1,000 pertain to compounds of agricultural significance, and several hundred describe endogenous substances and biological agents. Number of changes have been made since the 11th edition. Let's just slide on up in this thing. Look at this. Cancer, chemotherapy, drug regimens, boiling points of solvents, density of liquids, percentage of solution tables. Oh my. Let's look at it. Let's just get in here. Look at this. What am I looking at? Chemical chains and bonds and stuff. Look at this. Chalcose. It's a dictionary of chemicals. I got a dictionary of words, and now I got a dictionary of chemicals and the chemical bonds and structures and stuff. Yeah, look at that. Got phenidol, adipic acid, Look around, look around. Hold on. I think it just got crushed right there. That's not really a dog ear. It's not a true dog ear. It just got crushed. But yeah, it's a pretty decent position. Condition. You know, it's probably sitting up on some lab person's desk. And now I get to go through it. It was just seconds away from getting hot fried dust on it. Just being honest. Alright, well that's what that is. We're finna, so that's the Merck Index, the Encyclopedia Dictionary of Chemicals. That's what this is. Now I also ordered this, if this will hold on, because the package came today. These big ass books came. I said, what did I order? Now when I looked at my book, they said that these are some things that you may need. This is the CRC Handbook of Chemistry and Physics, the 77th edition. So I got a 96 book. I think that's what it said, a 96 and a 97, which I think is perfectly fine for somebody who does not know what they're doing. Ain't no need to pay a top dollar for what, you know, you're supposed to have up to date right now. Yeah. Periodic table. I want one the size of my maps that I have on the wall just so I can look at it and have it to look at. I like stuff like that. CRC Handbook of Chemistry and Physics, 77th edition, 96-97. Alright, let's see if we can get just one good page. A preface. 77th edition of the Handbook of Chemistry and Physics features 47 new or revised tables totaling over 350 pages. Highlights of the new and updated information include all of that stuff. I guess that was his first, you know, coming out party. Nope. We're going back 74. Copyrights 1918, 1920. Yeah, the Chemical Rubber Publishing Company. There's a lot of stuff that came from the petrochemical industry. That tar stuff that I always look for if I have a boil or something, because Gigi had it. It smells like tar. It is what it is. I don't know what they did to clean it up and refine it, but you know, say what you want to say about it. We use it. So it is what it is. Carmex petroleum jelly. You ever buy some petroleum jelly that wasn't Vaseline with the cocoa butter in it? You can smell a little bit of that petrol still in there. You get that dollar toast, you know, it's still gonna be petrol. But Vaseline don't smell like petroleum. That off-brand stuff most certainly does. Maintain units and standard values. Table 3, Table 4. Energy conversion factors. Look at this. I got a whole lot of nerve trying to learn some stuff, and I don't like math. I do not like math. It just, it skips my brain. I'm just figuring one day I'm going to find something that I really, really like that links itself to math in my brain, and it's just going to click for me. I ain't saying I ain't going to have to do the work, but the procedure and the process is really going to make sense to me. What we got going on here? International Physical Constants of Organic Compounds. Look at this. Polypeptides and proteins. Man, I feel like I'm on the Nutty Professor. Polypeptides, common amino acids, glycine. I know that one. Lysine, I've heard of that one before. Glutamine, I heard of that one before. Aspartic acid, I heard of aspartame. I wonder if they got something to do with each other. Probably so. Tryptophan. That's what's in turkey. They say you have to eat a bunch of turkey to fall asleep on tryptophan, but we fell for it. It was like, you got the tryptophan in there. That's why you're in there leaning like you're leaning. But man, it's a cool little book, man. Look at it. Biochemical symbols and abbreviations. Biochemical symbols and abbreviations. And then, yeah, you're going to need this key, because apparently when you get past all of this stuff, it's like, all right, buckle up. This is the work. Physical constants of organic compounds. How long is that? Structural formulas of organic compounds. Oh, look at there. Okay, that's after the physical constants. And then we get structural formulas of organic compounds. Look at there. That's like the little alien language they be putting in movies and stuff. It ain't no alien language. You ain't got it from this book. Yeah, see? Structural formulas of organic compounds. The elements continued. Oh, see, look. CAS number index of organic compounds. The elements. I did some ditties about elements, just how they made my soul feel. That's kind of light, ain't it? Be alright. I don't need to leave that book open in the sun. I'd be done lost that page. And it gets a little darker right there. The elements, actinium, aluminum, americium. Look at that. That is a dangerous element right there. If we get there, it's probably going to end the world. Jesus Christ. No, we can do it. Should you? Should you do it just because you can? The elements, density of molten elements and representative salts. Lord. Hope I don't never have to figure that out. Synonym index of inorganic compounds. I see. Alright, this ain't even deep in the book. Enthalpy of vaporization. Enthalpy of vaporization. Molecular formula. Molybdenum hexacarbonyl. Whatever that means. Now, if I just understand what I'm looking at, the book will have done its job, wouldn't it? Properties of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates' own properties. That is Baltic Avenue. Electrochemical series. Continued alphabetical listing. Bond lengths and angles in gas phase molecules. What? Look at that. NIST atomic transition probability tables. That's if you tried. What do we think? If you try this, do we think you'll be successful? Well, here are your margins. I'm just going to be trying to deal with growing as many medicinal herbs or beneficial herbs or herbs and stuff as I can. That's what I want to do. Bottom Beauty Byron. Baryon summary table. Searches summary table. Infrared laser frequencies. I've been watching some of those. They talking about using lasers to cut grass and stuff like that. Table of the isotopes. Diffusion data for semiconductors. Radioactive. Yeah, we ain't gonna be dealing with that. We ain't gonna do no radioactive. Hexagonal superconductive compounds and alloys continued. Crystal structure type. I remember looking that up, looking at quartz when I got them records, and I found out that the tip of the record needle is a piece of quartz. And even before you plug it up, or not before you plug it up, but before you turn the speaker on, you could hear it just being broadcast through the tip, through the crystal. And I was like, look at quartz. But everything got a crystal structure. I think your blood and all other types of stuff. When that shit dry out, you see it dried out on a plate or something like that, you'll see these little crystals formed. Everything got a crystal structure. I was like, whoa. We was all in the house. That's when I was trying to watch some stuff. They was talking about if they was going to map the universe, they'd have to do it in these very small units. And they was trying to get me to understand spatial reasoning and all of this other stuff. And I was like, I kind of get it, but I don't. Those little beads that they use in the science fiction television shows or movies, and I think the little beads, I think I saw it on a Volvo commercial the other day, how they're recognizing that there's a human in the path of these self-driving cars. Just, the little beads that form a human or something like that. That kind of let me understand, like, if you had this finite particle, how are all of these finite particles making these large structures? And I guess you visualize it as a bunch of these little beads bopping around and stuff. I don't know. But it's good to have. And once I figure out how to use it, polymer name, glass transition temperature for selected polymers. Look, now see something like that probably come in for like sugars and stuff. Because you got to be careful when you're making like sugary stuff. Because if you do the wrong thing, you're going to wind up with crystallized sugar. And sometimes you don't want crystallized sugar. Sometimes you do. The crack point and all of that, that's this. That's why I don't do no baking just yet. Because baking, you got to follow that recipe exactly. Can't just throw in some garlic and eyeball it. You got to know what you're doing. Mass, dimensions, and other parameters of the Earth. Get the H out of here. Mean acceleration of gravity for the entire surface. Sidereal rotation period, rotational angular velocity, mean equatorial rotational velocity, ratio of centrifugal force to force of gravity at equator, moment of inertia, relative braking of Earth's rotation due to tidal friction. Ooh, they was talking about that on news yesterday, talking about the tides is messing up, something about the Atlantic current or something like that. Yeah, buddy, what a time to be alive when all of this stuff may go out the window, right? Not it's gonna go out the window, but to find out that, I don't know. Yeah, that's what started kicking my butt in school, boy. Them numbers and letters, hyperbolic functions, natural trigonometric functions to 4 places. Hyperbolic functions, trigonometric functions. I think I'm saying that right. Trigonometric. I know it's trigonometry, right? Trigonometric functions, the function, and that's all the little things they try to teach you in school. Hyperbolic functions, derivatives. I don't know. I might mess around and learn math. I got an algebra book down there. I got a calculus book down there. And I was just never good at it. Integration, elementary forms containing. There's nothing else if I ever do try to go back to school. If I actually buckle down and get down into this, when I got to take whatever test it is I need to take in order to get placed, maybe I can do better than I did before and not have to go through elementary algebra. Differential equation, special formula, polynomial in D. Y is a dependent variable, X is the independent variable, R times X is an arbitrary function of X. The power of D represents repeated differentiation. Look at that. You know why it messed me up? Because I couldn't visualize what that meant. Like if I could visualize like the little grains inside of the finite space, if I could visualize what that meant, I would be able to understand it, but I could never visualize, you could visualize what'll happen if you caramelize an onion. You could visualize what'll happen if you sew wrong faces to wrong faces. You could visualize what'll happen, if it's just a reaction like putting vinegar and baking soda together, and you'll learn how to. But I couldn't visualize theoretical. I know it's not even theoretical. It's just how stuff will interact with each other. You take all of the chemical compounds inside of one thing, and then the chemical compounds inside of the other thing, and see how they'll react together. I know that's what that is. Man, I know that now. I didn't think about that when I was in school. I didn't understand that that's what that meant. Look at this foolishness. Fourier expansion for basic periodic functions. Basic periodic functions. Not all the way back to the... This is what you need to know in order to understand this. Alright, it's on the cover of the book. If you don't know that, you won't understand this. Hasenpfeffer. Anyway, I got the reference books in case I do figure something out. You gotta have it available. But my goodness, what big books these are. Later.